Hey guys, I'm Chrissy. This is my first vlog ever. I've been debating whether I wanted to blog or vlog to just kind of keep track of my health journey that I've been on for the past 9 years. But I decided to vlog because I've been having some issues with nausea and dizziness, so reading and typing has not been my forte. But I just kind of wanted to get on here and just share my story with anyone. I don't know if only my mom and my grandma's gonna watch this, or if it would reach someone who just needs some encouragement and is on their own health journey, or maybe you suffer also from anxiety and depression. And I know that all of those things, chronic illness and anxiety and depression, and just struggling with your health in general are very isolating, and they can be very lonely. So I just have prayed that God would use this video however he feels fit. And yeah, so just kind of this vlog will mainly be about me and my past and kind of what has led me to where I am today. You'll have to excuse me, I don't really still know where to look or all that kind of stuff, so definitely not your high quality video here. But I'm Chrissy, I'm 30 years old. I live in Southern California with, I have 2 boys, an almost 7-year-old and a 3-year-old. I have an amazing husband and a dog named Bella who is 10. And we have lived in Southern California for about 4.5 years, and we moved out here mainly because of my health issues. And so I just I took some notes, and I just wanted to go back and kind of explain where this all began. I got married. I was really blessed. I met my husband, when I was 2 years old. We didn't start dating until I was in college. We both went to the University of Miami, go Canes. And there we just fell in love and knew that we were meant for each other. And God just put it on both of our hearts that we should get married. And everyone thought I was pregnant because I was married when I was 20 years old. I was not. And so we got married at 20. I graduated early from the University of Miami. I worked really hard because I was driven, and I had a man that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with, and I was pretty motivated. So we moved from Miami to North Carolina, and I was a teacher at the time, and I taught kindergarten and first grade for a bit. My teaching career was quite short because my health started to get pretty bad. So we moved to North Carolina, and about 2 years after living there, I was teaching, and I just was getting sick all the time. The kids were giving me all sorts of fun stuff, and I, by the end of the year, it actually was probably January, I started to not be able to write on the board, and so I thought I had broken my finger. So I went to the doctor. Long story short, lots of tests later, lots of doctors later, I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. So that was my first diagnosis. I went on a biologic. I believe the first biologic I went on was Enbrel, and that was after trying lots of other stuff like Plaquenil and other things that they tried before they put you on a biologic. So anyways, Enbrel seemed to help a little bit. I felt a little bit better on it. We decided and prayed about having a baby. So when I was 23, 24, I had my first child, Noah, and right after everything about motherhood is completely different than I thought. Because I was a teacher and I loved kids so much, I just thought that everything was going to be very natural. I was going to breastfeed, just be this super person, and that was pretty much the opposite of what ended up happening. I just got a lot sicker. I couldn't hold Noah, I couldn't change his diapers some days, and then I just started to constantly feel nauseous and dizzy, and my quality of life just got horrible. I had gallstones and gallbladder attacks. I had my gallbladder taken out, and then after just a year of feeling pretty bad, we decided to go to the Mayo Clinic. Went to the Mayo Clinic, didn't get any answers. We drove we've been to lots and lots of doctors, lots of different places, lots of I've done lots of treatment, and I think in maybe another video I'll explain kind of all the treatments I've done. But so that started 9 years ago. I was diagnosed, and then I got worse after my son, and then some doctors and friends around us had mentioned that moving to a drier climate would help. I had noticed that being there in the summer with the humidity, and it just made everything, my hands and everything, just feel so much worse. So God led us to move to Southern California. Scott, my husband, was able to continue his job here, and so we moved out to Southern California, and life was good. It was better. I was thriving a little bit more, and then I got pregnant with Luke, and my pregnancy was very, very difficult. I had to see a specialist because of RA and all that stuff, and my labor with him was very traumatic, and we ended up having a crash C-section, like a vertical C-section, and but God had us in his hands, and it was a miracle. Luke is totally fine, I was totally fine, and that was just one of the biggest blessings of my life. It was really hard to go through that, obviously, but to see God's hand take care of his child, but really, that just my baby, it was incredible. So we moved out here, had Luke, traumatic birth, and then pretty much from there I have just been declining pretty bad. So in the last 9 years, I had to literally make a list of the things that I've been diagnosed with, because I forget sometimes. Brain fog is real, and I feel really stupid sometimes, but I don't know. Hopefully one day I'll get my brain back, and if not, this is just who I am. So I was first diagnosed with RA, and then I was diagnosed with something still when we lived in North Carolina called POTS, which is postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. That kind of just affects when you stand up. You can get really dizzy, lightheaded. Even me, when I don't stand up, I can get really lightheaded, dizzy. So I was diagnosed with that. I was diagnosed with chronic fatigue syndrome, chronic mono, and then like a year and a half ago, I was diagnosed with something called Addison's disease, but some people just call it adrenal fatigue or severe adrenal fatigue. That's when your adrenal glands don't produce cortisol, so that's the stress hormone. So you can get really shaky and, again, nauseous, and you just feel so fatigued. So that's Addison's disease. I was put on steroids for that, a lot of steroids. I took about 40 milligrams plus of steroids for over a year for that, and anyways, like I said, we'll get more into treatment. So I have Addison's disease, and then Hashimoto's, which is a thyroid disease, and then in November of this year, I was convinced that there was something more going on. I just felt horrible, and I got diagnosed with Lyme disease and co-infections. So that has been a very, very hard journey to treat that, and to just kind of realize how much of my symptoms are all these things, but Lyme disease is very misunderstood. Doctors don't even acknowledge it. It's just a very hard thing to treat, hard thing to find out that you have. It's a hard thing just on so many accounts. And after I was diagnosed, actually my mom, after having all my symptoms, my mom got tested, and she also has Lyme disease. So it's, it's just a crazy thing. It's an epidemic, actually, Lyme disease, but we'll get more into that later. And then I have anxiety and depression. I'm not living the life that I thought I would live. I thought I'd be super Pinterest mom. I thought I would be super active. I thought I'd be like in shape. My weight goes like this. I thought I'd be a better, more active wife. My husband did not think that this was the life we were going to live. He did not expect to be a caretaker and having to drive our kids around, and he is super dad. And yes, he would have been super dad anyway, but he's had to really, really step up and really just help out so much. So anyways, this is just kind of where I am, and now I'm here just trying to figure out what to do next. So yeah, that's kind of all about me, and this will be it for my first video. 10 minutes, what? So if you stuck in this long, you are a trooper. I just wanted to, I heard this, I guess it's a quote, I heard this said the other day, and it totally spoke to me as I'm in a hard season. I've been in a hard season with the Lord. I just feel very drained. I'm very weary. I would love him to come and just give me energy and heal me, because I know that he has the power to do that, but I believe that he's going to use this for something that I can't see and I don't know yet. So I heard this quote and it just has been sticking with me and on my mind ever since I heard it, and it's by Priscilla Shirer. And it says, what if Satan thinks more of your future and has more confidence in your future than you do? And that has just shook me up because I have been defeated. I have felt like I am just a waste of space on this earth because some months I can't get out of bed. I can't do what I want to do with my kids. But what if Satan thinks more about what is to come for me than I do? So anyways, that's what I'll leave you with. Thanks for watching. And yeah, if you guys know anyone who is struggling with chronic illness or anxiety or depression or anything, and they just want to feel left alone, less alone. They probably want to feel left alone too. But anyways, just pass on this video, share this video. I'll be praying for all of you. Have a great day.